by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Excellency Senator George Akume, CON. Your Excellency, the President of the Senate and Chairman, National Assembly, distinguished Senator Dr. Goswill Obot Akpabio, GCON, ably represented by the Senate Deputy Chief Whip, distinguished Senator Onyeka Nweboy. Your Excellency, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, PhD, GCON, Yanzaozao. I heard he'll be stepping in any moment from now. Your Excellencies, the former presiding officers of the House of Representatives here present, the principal officers of House of Representatives here present, the members of the House of Representatives Committee on Constitution Review here present, the members of National Assembly, both serving and past, the speakers and members of state houses of assembly here present, your Royal Highnesses, our fathers, the leaders of our traditional councils, and all our traditional rulers here present, Excellency the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Mr. Richard Montgomery, ably represented by the Deputy High Commissioner, Madam Jill, the Ambassador European Union delegation to Nigeria, and the ECOWAS, Mr. Gautier Mignot, the members of Diplomatic Corps, the Executive Director, Policy and Legal Advocacy Center, Mr. Clement Wankwo, the development partners, members of civil society organizations, the representatives of various political parties here present, the representatives of heads of security agencies here present, the organized labor union here present, the president and members of National Council of Women's Society, the president and members of Nigerian Bar Association, the women groups here present, thank you. The organized youth groups here present, the Inclusive Friends Association for the People with Disabilities here present, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by first apologizing for starting later than expected. The reason being that we did not expect the amount of crowd that we have witnessed here this morning. I was here on time, but I refused to mount the rostrum because we needed to show leadership. Our women were outside without seats, and we insisted the hall needed to be expanded for the women to have space in this room. So to me, that is a reflection of an inclusive event. If the women are outside and the men are inside seated, the program will not be balanced. And I'm happy we've been able to open here. So for women who are outside, please, unless it is out of choice, we have a space for you inside the same way we will have a space in representation. Thank you very much. You are not the only one smiling. I've seen my fathers, the kings. They are nodding and smiling. Long live the kings. It is with a sense of national duty and great optimism for the future of our nation that I welcome you to this national public hearing, we are here to engage in a foundational act of nation building. The collective re-engaging and reshaping of the supreme law of our land, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Our journey as a nation has been a relentless quest for a more perfect union. It is a journey marked by the triumphs and the tribulations of forging a single national identity, from a magnificent diversity of cultures, diversity of languages, diversity of history. From the colonial era, Clifford Constitution of 1922 to the current 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, each iteration of our agronome has been a mirror reflecting our society at a point in time. Its aspirations, its anxieties, and its unresolved questions. The challenges of the 21st century demands a constitution that is not an artifact of the past, but a dynamic blueprint for the future. It must be a constitution that is not only legal, but also legitimate. One that commands the respect and allegiance of every citizen because they see their hopes, their values, and their fundamental rights reflected in its text. This is the solemn mandate of the House of Representatives Committee on Constitution Review. Since our inauguration, we have embarked on the most comprehensive, most consultative review process in Nigeria's democratic history. We have held retreats with legal scholars and technical consultants. We have convened dialogues with the judiciary, security agencies, and national women groups. We have engaged with our vibrant civil society and held zonal public hearings all through the 6 geopolitical zones of our great nation. Before us today is a compendium of 87 proposed amendment bills, each a response to the felt needs and expressed desires of the Nigerian people. They are organized around the central pillars of a modern, functional, and just society. I must clarify, as we proceed, that the items and amendment proposals before us today are not yet laws. These are, at this stage, proposals, suggestions, and ideas that have emerged through one of the most inclusive and partisan exercises in Nigeria's constitutional history. Importantly, these proposals do not simply represent the agenda of the legislature. Instead, they are, first and foremost, the thought-out demands, hopes, and memoranda of the Nigerian people themselves, gathered through extensive regional dialogues and topically focused public hearings held across the nation. It is therefore essential that the process is construed. The constitutional amendment journey is designed to be transparent, participatory, and fair. These are not the fixed positions of the National Assembly, but a compilation of the aspirations and contributions of citizens from all walks of life, yet to pass through the sieving net of the National Assembly at the federal level and the pruning fork of the scrutiny of the state houses of assembly. Today, as we commence this national public hearing, we are opening the floor one last time for those who, for any reason, may have missed the regional sections. We do this to remove every excuse of not being heard, to ensure, in good faith, that the final product of this exercise belongs not to the Parliament, but is accepted by all citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also be clear that while today represents the final stage of direct public engagement in this constitutional review process, it is by no means the final day of work for this constitution review. Rather, it marks a transition to the next phase and a return to the deliberative chambers of the Parliament, where all submissions will be critically sieved, critically refined, critically improved upon in the preparation for the momentous task of voting. We are considering extensive electoral reforms, including proposals for independent candidacy, the establishment of an electoral offences commission, and a fixed timeline for the determination of pre-election matters to ensure that the will of the people is never again subverted by legal technicalities. Thank you. We have before us bold proposals on the devolution of powers, the landmark bill to move policing from exclusive to the concurrent list, enabling the creation of state and community police forces, is a direct response to the clarion call for localized solutions to our security challenges. We are tackling head-on the long-standing issue of local government autonomy. The bills before us seek to guarantee the financial and administrative independence of our local government, ensuring that development is not an abstract concept dictated from afar, but tangible reality in our communities. Perhaps most importantly, we are confronting the systemic exclusion that has held our nation back. We are also looking at transformative bills to create reserve seats for women in our legislative houses. Thank you. This will guarantee gender balance in government appointment. I must commend, thank you. Thank you. I must commend the visionary leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR. His renewed hope agenda has created the political will and the enabling environment for this ambitious constitutional renewal. His respect for the separation of powers and his commitment to the rule of law has been indispensable. I must pause here to mention, in the course of doing this job, the president has not interfered in any manner. He has not requested for anything in any manner. As a man who was in the legislative arm before, he believes that independence of the legislature should be allowed to breathe so that it can reflect the wishes of the people we represent. Thank you, Mr. President. But let me be unequivocally clear. The ultimate authority for this process does not reside in the executive or the legislature alone. It resides with you, the sovereign people of Nigeria. Your voices, your memoranda, and your passionate argument have brought us to this point. And your continued engagement is crucial to see this through. Constitutional reform is a marathon, not a sprint. The bills validated here will face the rigorous scrutiny of the plenary, the complex process of harmonization with the Senate, and the final critical hurdle of approval by at least 24 states' houses of assembly. Therefore, I implore you, do not let this be the end of your participation. Hold your elected representatives accountable. Engage with your state legislators. Ensure that the reforms you champion here today are not diluted or discarded on the long road to enactment. In alignment with our commitment to transparency and accountability, the final harmonized position of the National Assembly will be made available to the public before the voting process commences. In this spirit, please permit me to pause to receive my boss, Iyazazao, the Speaker of the 10th House of Representatives.
Ladies and gentlemen, shall we make welcome the Right Honorable Speaker
He for
of
she.
the 10th House of Representatives, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Abbas Tajuddin, GCON, PhD, Speaker of the 10th House of Representatives, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Police band, we had an agreement. Police band, we had an agreement. When there is a VIP, you give him ceremonial welcome. So please do. Police band, please. The Speaker of the House of Reps is in the building, so please give him his ceremonial welcome, please. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's make welcome the Right Honorable Speaker, House of Representatives, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, PhD, GCON, as he makes his way to take a seat at the high table. And we thank the Deputy Speaker, of course, for, and we ask him to please continue. Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you very much. Please, you may have your seats. It's good to give honor to whom honor is due. You're welcome, the Speaker of the 10th House of Representatives. A thorough he for she. I was saying before the Speaker walked in alignment with our commitment to transparency and accountability, the final harmonized position of the National Assembly will be made available to the public before the voting process commences. In this spirit, I wish to specifically thank the governors of all the states that generously hosted the regional public hearing for their hospitality and their support. I must use Governor Hope Uzodimma as a point of contact to reach other governors, who is the chairman of the Governors Forum, for the way he treated those who were around his region when we visited. And I'm sure it's like that all through the country, because without the governors, we can't get this to pass to what we want it to be. We'll thank them for all the support they have given so far. I equally extend my deepest appreciation to all members of the Constitution Review Committee whose effort and dedication have made this process possible. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria's greatness has always been forged in the crucible of dialogue. It is our unique ability to talk, to argue, to disagree, and ultimately to find a common ground that defines us. Today, let us honor that noble tradition. Let us rise above the narrow confines of ethnicity, narrow confines of religion, narrow confines of region and language, and embrace our shared destiny as Nigerians. Let us together craft a constitution that will be a legacy of unity, a constitution that will be a legacy of justice, A constitution that will be a legacy of progress for generations yet unborn. A constitution that truly reflects the indomitable spirit of our people and the boundless promise of our beloved nation. I want to thank you for listening. God bless you and bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker. I expect the women to be making more noise. He's your champion. He's your he for she. And we thank him so very much for setting the tone for what we are doing here today. I have the permission of the Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives and of course the Senate President to alter protocol, and I've also taken the permission of my boss, the Deputy Speaker, because of pressing engagement, and he has been here. The President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has asked to break in turn and take his own speech now. So ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome his representative and the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, a former, you'll be clapping, please clap, a former minister, a former governor, and of course a former senator, His Excellency George Akume, CON, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, representing His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency, sir.
The President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Godswill Akpabio, ably represented. His Excellency, the Speaker, House of Representatives, Dr. Tajuddin Abbas, GCON. Your Excellency, the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, and Chairman House Committee on Review of the Constitution, Barrister Ben Kalu, CFR, Principal Officers of the House of Representatives, Senators serving and non-serving, Honorable Members, Your Excellencies, the Governors, serving and non-serving, Your Royal Highnesses, Party Chieftains, civil society groups, top military and police officers here present, top public servants, major stakeholders, members of the diplomatic corps, our great women and youths, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to convey the goodwill and warm felicitations to the federal government of Nigeria under the leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to this very important national public hearing on the review of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Let me begin by commending the House of Representatives Committee on Constitution Review under the able chairmanship of the Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Benjamin Okezie Kalu, PhD, CFR, for providing this open and inclusive platform. By bringing together citizens, civil society groups, professional bodies, additional institutions, political parties, and other stakeholders, the committee is giving true meaning to participatory democracy and nation building. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. It is not static, but a living document that must continually respond to the realities, aspirations, and challenges of our people. The ongoing process of its amendment provides us with yet another golden opportunity to strengthen our institutions, deepen federalism, guarantee fundamental rights, and promote justice, equity, and accountability across all spheres of national life. This engagement is particularly important as it resonates strongly with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, which seeks to enthrone good governance, inclusivity, and sustainable development. The process you are undertaking today is therefore not only about amending legal provisions, it is about giving Nigerians renewed confidence that their voices matter in shaping the future of our democracy. I urge all participants to approach this exercise with a spirit of patriotism, responsibility, and constructive dialogue. The quality of ideas generated here will go a long way in shaping the laws and institutions that will serve generations yet unborn. On behalf of the federal government, I wish the committee and all stakeholders fruitful deliberations and assure you that the outcome of this process will receive the desired and deserved attention as part of our collective quest to build a stronger, more united and prosperous Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So we'll be taking a group photograph with all the people on the high table before the president takes his leave. So photographers, please take your position. Group photograph with all the people at the high table standing in array. Please just permit them to take pictures and go, please. Just group photograph, everyone standing, everyone on the high table standing. Of course, the opening session is formally declared open by His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, who has declared the event open. As soon as he takes leave, we'll continue with the program. It's going to be a wonderful day. It's going to be a busy day. We crave everyone's indulgence. Thank you. Photographers, I need a signal that you've done. We're good? Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the President. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, Senate President. We will continue the program shortly. So, at this point, we would like to return to the program and take the goodwill message, the goodwill messages in this order. Ladies and gentlemen, if we please make welcome the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Mr. Richard Montgomery, who is, of course, represented by Jill Lever, our own Jill Lever. We'll find her a Nigerian name. She's a Deputy British High Commissioner to Nigeria. Let's make Jill welcome as she comes forward for her goodwill